I have the legendary Mr. Gavaskar, Mr. Azruddin, and Kirmani sir with me. You've been in the media. Just something about the Sports Star ACES Awards. How journalists have led to the furthering of the game and taken it to new boundaries. I just want your comments on that.
Well, I think, look, without the media, the deeds of the sports persons would never be known. And it starts from the time you're a school, at the inter-school level. And therefore, the importance of the media can never be underestimated. Yes, there are times when you get into the international level and you have situations where you sometimes feel that the media has not understood it, and then, but at the end of the day, without the media, whether it's a print or the electronic media, no sport can flourish. It needs the backing of the media for the sport to flourish.
And it's tough being a jury member, isn't it? I mean, not easy all the time.
Oh my God, it is. But fortunately, Ayan and his team do a splendid job in giving us all the stats, everything. They do such a terrific job that it makes the job for the jury just that little bit easier. And not all that easy, but just a little bit easier.
And Sunny sir, it's been what an eventful year it's been for India. Looking at that victory in Australia, down under 2-1. Unfortunately, the Test Championship and the World Cup didn't go our way, but we came back and we've ended up very strongly with New Zealand and Sri Lanka.
Absolutely, I think that's the beauty of cricket. You can be down on one day, maybe the next day you're back again. And that's also what sport is all about. You try and learn from your mistakes. You can't be successful all the time. And you've got to be prepared to take, both the rough and the smooth and smile through it.
Kiri bhai, जो साहिल लड़का था जिसने रोल किया 1983 में, did you like what you saw? Did you think he did a good job?
Yes, of course. He was very nearly looking like me, I think. The only guy to be recognized immediately onto the screen, that is Kiri only.
And the two of you had the same pads, didn't you? Even your playing days. Was it the same pad manufacturer? And I always felt Mr. Gavaskar's pads and your pads were very similar.
Yes, I think Morant, Dilip was a common friend. Yeah.
You got him the pads, huh? That is historic.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for something from him.
Sir, Kiri sir, you didn't hear what he said. He said, I gave him the pads, I want something in return. I haven't got it from him.
I'm still waiting for something from him.
It'll be there very soon.
Azhar bhai, I mean, you're a product of local cricket in Hyderabad and this and that. So I'm going to ask you the same question I asked Sunny sir. The importance of journalism and editorial content when you're making it as a cricketer, how important it is for them to cover the maidans and the local areas.
When I was growing up, I think media played a very, very important and pivotal role, because without the media, I don't think I would have really come up, because coming from Hyderabad, it's not a small town, but we have produced very many great players. But I think without the media, I think there is no event, because if the event is not covered in the media, if the people don't know what is happening in the country and in the world, we will not be standing here and talking to you.
Who hits a flick as well as you had hit it in your prime? The current boys.
Current boys, I really don't know. It's very hard for me to say. But I think there are a lot of good players who have been playing very well. I'm a big fan of Hrishi, so I think he's the best. Nobody can compare with.
And who's a wicket keeper? Who's a wicket keeper now that reminds you of Syed Mustafa Hussain Kirmani? No. I mean an actual cricketer. I'm an actual cricketer. Like he named, Vishibai, saying is the original.
Well, with due respects to the current era of wicket keepers who are in the frame, they're all very promising, very talented, and they have to first be good, and then better, and then best. So with the experience, they will go to the best. So they're all in the learning process. Of course, it's a learning process right throughout, until eternity, I suppose.
It's a wonderful lesson for Rishabh there.
But the youngsters like Rishabh Pant, Sanju Samson is another upcoming, KL Rahul, Ishan Kishan, and all these guys are in the frame fighting for a place to be in the squad, in the 11 with the Indian team.
Who reminds you of a Gavaskar straight drive in the current era?
Look, styles will change because the approach, attitude has changed. And I enjoy watching just about everybody who comes in and bats. There will be some who are a little more orthodox than the others, but I think it's such a refreshing change that has come through. because there are far less dot balls that you see in cricket, any form of the game. It doesn't have to be the white ball format, but even in Test cricket. And that's why, cricket has become such an entertaining sport now to watch.
But somebody who hits along the ground, like you say always, when you were growing up, you were out if you didn't hit along the ground. So somebody who does that very beautifully. A couple of boys.
I think Sachin was pretty good at that. His straight drive was terrific. Today you see Virat Kohli playing the straight drive also to great effect, with great style, great elan as well.
Last question to Azhar Bhai. Apart from your flick, you were known for your style. I see that the style is still intact. Who is the stylish Indian cricketer? Who is the most stylish Indian cricketer?
I think at that point of time, Dilip Joshi was the most stylish.
Very well dressed. Very well dressed he was, and I think, of course, he's maintaining this high collar in kurta pajama also.
You agree with that, Dilip Joshi? I mean, you
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Dilip Joshi was
with his Mont Blanc pen and his spectacles and everything.
absolutely. He was the best dressed.
Accurately dressed he was, Dilip Doshi.
Lovely. It's the legends at the Sports Star ACES Awards. Thank you very much for your time.
94.3 Radio 1.